What's up, everyone? Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Okay, so today I was going to prepare something, a very small presentation, or answer some Quora questions. We can do both, but really, I just want to talk because a lot of my lives have been structured lately. A ton of cool guests on, and by the way, if you're interested in being a guest, drop your name or anyone that you want would like to see me interview in the comments. But really, I have been structuring these lives for so long, and I have 15-20 minutes today. So I thought, why not just mix it up a little bit? Why don't we just go off the cuff and just talk about some of my current hot takes on digital, what I'm seeing, what I'm liking, what I'm doing personally, because I think there's a lot of value in the fact that I can, since I'm posting 4 or 5 times a day, there is benefit to that because I'm seeing some analytics, I'm seeing certain things happen, and maybe that there's some value in that, right? So that's really what I want to focus on today. If you have any questions or anything, make sure to drop a comment inside of the live chat, because I want to provide as much value in these as possible. I always talk about leading with value to you, and that's really why I do the things that I do. So that's where we started. So one thing I'm seeing especially is a lot of questions I get asked is, do I have to do video? Do I have to do audio? Do I have to do text-based posts? And one of my biggest recommendations is figure out which one comes most naturally to you and start with that one. A ton of questions lately have been around, is video on LinkedIn not as effective as text? Is articles better? Are newsletters better on LinkedIn? What's working specifically? And for me, it's everything, right? So everything is working to a certain extent. I'm not seeing any big changes within the algorithm that leads me to suspect that something big is on the horizon. Likes and comments on my stuff have been down, but they've been getting a lot more hyper niche. I think that's because I've really found my target market and who I'm speaking to, which is specifically small businesses. I'm really reaching those people at mass, which is amazing. I'm not getting as wide of a reach, but I'm getting deep reach, which to me is fantastic. So that showcases me that the algorithm is definitely changing the content that's being seen to reflect the interest of the specific people. So if you happen to see my marketing posts here and there, my stuff, and you didn't engage with it, you don't see that as much anymore, which is a benefit, right? Like if you're not interested in what I have to say, why should you be on these, or why should the algorithm promote my stuff to you, right? So my current hot take on that is very simple. I think that all content is doing well. We're getting a lot more specific on who we're trying to reach, or the platform's getting really specific on the content you make to the people that it benefits and wants to pay attention to it. One reason you might not be seeing as much engagement on the posts that you have and whatnot is that you might not be talking to the right audience. And one quick little tip to help you with that is go on. So let's do this real quick. So go on the search bar on LinkedIn at the very top. Look up a hashtag. So for me, it's small business because that's my audience. So small businesses. So I have this camera's really not the best for that. Let's see if that helps. But anyway, small businesses. And then go actually engage with people posting underneath that hashtag. Hashtags are great for actually getting people of the similar interest and subset of that interest together. So for a quick tip for you is follow that hashtag and engage with the people who actually frequent that specific hashtag, right? So that's a great way if you want to reach, let's say, accountants, right? You want to reach accountants or CPAs or people in the accounting world, then a good thing is hashtag accounting, hashtag business accounting. See what people are posting there or engaging with content there. So maybe someone's posting, but in the comments you see a lot of people who are frequent visitors or comment and like those posts. Engage with those people, get them to actually know who you are, and if they like, based on the hashtag, if they like accounting or the hashtag accounting life or whatever you decide, then they might be more interested in the post that you have. You can start having a conversation back and forth, and again, that is a way for you to kind of get them into your sphere of influences by outward marketing. So going to where they are, engaging with them there, and then bringing them into your circle of influence. But in regards to content types, videos, audio, text-based posts, I'm not really seeing any differences. The videos actually, in my opinion, have been doing a little bit better the last couple of days than the text-based posts. I'm seeing a lot more reach for video, which we haven't really seen that go away in the last 6 months to 8 months. Video is definitely being promoted heavily, but I do video and text and images. They all three are working pretty well. The text or the images, I will say I'm leaning towards those because those are getting pushed out a little bit more. So a very simple 1080 by 1080 post or 1080 by 1080 size of a image with a good caption, answering a question, hot take on something, are doing really well. So if you are wanting the best advice I have where you can put your marketing assets or where you should actually make marketing assets, one of those is directly towards the images. So I would definitely I wouldn't focus on it because again, your audience and the people that are viewing you are wanting something different. They're wanting something that is, different, unique, something that you actually love to do, and they always like different things. So I wouldn't fixate and say all your energy on images with copy, but I will say add those in if you're not doing them today. If you're just doing, I talk about this with clients all the time. You can't just be doing text and infographics or text and images or text and white papers or videos and text. You have to keep continuously mixing it up because the truth is your audience, especially when you're posting at scale, your audience have the tendency to get bored. And the worst thing that you can do is having your audience member be bored of the content you put out, because then it starts the snowball effect of, I know what they're going to say. It's going to be XYZ. Like, I don't really care about that. And then engage less. And then eventually they might not actually see the content that you have. So you always want to fix up. And this is actually a good topic to talk about is what is that percent? Like, what should I, out of the 100% of content or messaging I post, the ads I run, all that fun stuff, how much should be safe, proven, content, and how much should be experimental? I am a huge fan of 60-40 with that. So 60% of the content that you post, or 70 depending on the industry and how your audience is receptive to certain ideas, 70%, 60 to 70% should be safe content. This is proven content that does really well. It's about topics that your audience cares about. They've proven based on the data that they enjoy this type of content, the messaging, all that fun stuff. So about 60 to 70% of your energy should be, or postings should be around safe content. The other aspect, the 30 to 40%, depending on your numbers or whatnot, should be experimental. It should be content that's different. So for instance, this right here, when I do lives, this is safe. One thing, and I can do for myself, is change up the background, do something different. I could turn off the lights. Right? So that could be different. There's certain things that I can do without the nice mic and camera setup. So there are certain things that I can do that are micro changes, but they're considered not safe because the proven model is X, right? So for use, 30 to 40% of your content should be experimental in some aspect. It could be, potentially you've never done the selfie style of you walking videos. Potentially that's what you do. Maybe you've never done a screen record or a voiceover or something on those means, right? So that's why I would spend 30 to 40% of your energy, time, effort, and capital is the experimental ones. It adds flavor to the mix and enables you to potentially find pieces of content that can then filter into that 60%, because some of the content you post will do really well. Some of it won't, and you'll just have to see why did it happen. Was it because it was at a certain time and the time doesn't work? Was it around a topic that your audience doesn't care about? There's so many factors onto that. So that's why I always say if you're gonna try something new. So if you're going to take the selfie style videos, do 3 to 4 of those and spread them out over a week period. See how they do, post them at different times and with different captions and all the fun stuff, because you both need quantitative and qualitative data to make the best decision. And the truth is you won't know unless you have some evidence. So 3 to 5, it gives you a pretty good indication. Again, if you can do a lot more and you're really, really gung-ho about a certain thing, go up to 10, and if after 10 is not working, then you cut your losses. So what I'm seeing with mine and what I'm experimenting with is the voice or the screen record where I'm typing and whatnot. I'm getting mixed feedback from people. Some people like them, some people don't, some people scroll. I personally am so gun-ho about this idea. I know I shouldn't be because I should be unemotional about this, but I think there's so much value in it. And I think if I add, if I can figure out actually what I could do, and this is why I love live, because my natural thought process is through experimentation. So the thing I could do is I could screen record while having the mic on, and then put that, because then it'll be an audiogram type of post, but has built-in captions into it because the phone is auto generating those captions. So that potentially could be something. The thing about that is it's pretty simple. I'm trying to think of like a negative to that. It's not different right now, just going screen recording and typing. So potentially I can now get a lot more content out in different mediums. So that's something I'm going to go explore. So basically, long story short, it's all about experimental. So 40, so let's go back to numbers. Can't do math real quick. So 60 to 70% safe content, 30 to 40% not safe content, experimental content. Definitely will help you. What else? What else is going on with me? I feel like I share so much content. Sometimes I'm just like, what have people seen a lot of? What haven't they? I'm going to be posting a lot more about raving fans and finding the. So I've talked a lot about niche, which is like the top layer. So there's everyone in the world, which is like the ocean. Then there's like the niche, which is like, an ocean, right? So, or is it a sea? So what I'm thinking is like there's a whole ocean, right? And then there's like the Gulf of Mexico in the States. Then there's like a little bay within that. That's like the raving fans list. And those are the people who love what you have to offer. They can't get enough of whatever you do. And the truth is they want more of what you have, and they have people like them that fit the criteria for your products, services, and solutions, right? So I'm getting really big on talking about that. Also getting big on talking about active versus passive communication, especially on digital platforms like LinkedIn or Instagram, because I think a lot of people are in the scrolling culture, when the truth is they can utilize the time investment that they have on these platforms. Instead of passively, you can actually actively benefit from that by engaging with people. I'm actually going to do a screen record today after this live, where I'm showing people how to actually network online. The hashtag thing, I'm going to do that on LinkedIn. I'm going to do that on Instagram, and I'll show people the kind of down and dirty method to do it. I call it the hand-to-hand combat. I know a lot of people have called different things, but basically it's outbound marketing. So going out to the hashtags that we talked about earlier, finding people in that subset, and then engaging with them. So that's the truth. That is where we're at today. I actually might cut it short because I got to leave in like 15 minutes. But let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, I like doing these lives. I like the structure. I like coming in with a topic in mind, and having the conversation go and escalate as it needed to go. But I do like doing these lives where I'm just kind of spitballing. Again, my only goal is how can I deliver the most effective and interesting and informative content that actually moves your businesses and your organizations forward. And I think the best way to do so is through engaging, right? That's the truth. So that's where we're going to end it today. I appreciate all of you for being on. If you have any questions, I'm a direct message away. Comment here. I respond to 99% of the posts or comments on my posts and stuff like that. But otherwise, I'll see you here on the interwebs. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.